Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in with us. We're thrilled to have you joining the fight to end childhood homelessness. HALO was founded over 16 years ago after I met a 6-year-old girl named Daisy during a mission trip. That moment changed my life forever. Daisy lived on the street in Honduras and was begging me for water. Since then, the HALO family of donors and volunteers has helped thousands of Daisies who live across the seas and right here in our own backyards. HALO provides housing, healing, and education to children in 6 countries around the world. The housing piece is about surrounding them with the foundation of a family. Healing is about using art as a tool to heal, and education is about helping them find the best route for a bright future. This year has been a difficult one for all of us, but nobody has felt it like homeless children in need. Shelter in place means something completely different when you don't have shelter. It has been a nightmare for those kids who are suffering from abuse at home. At HALO, the number of kids who knocked on our doors increased by 63% this year. Our goal at HALO has always been to say yes to one more child, to help one more 6-year-old or 18-year-old who could need me or you. It's hard to imagine how it might feel to be a homeless young person. To help us understand what that really means, we have some incredible stories to share with you tonight. And to help us tell one of these stories, I am so excited that we have a very special guest joining us. She is the best storyteller in the world. Her words and wisdom have weight and meaning, and she has her own story of resilience. She's joining us all the way from Maui tonight. It is my sincere honor to welcome to our program, Oprah Winfrey.
Rebecca, can you say hello to her, see if she hears me?
Miss Oprah, can you hear me? Hello? Hey.
Hello.
So Oprah, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You and I met years ago, and you've been a wonderful sounding board for us and an inspiration to me and HALO for a long time. So I want to thank you for that.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
I would love for you to share with our viewers tonight a little bit about why you are so passionate about helping youth in need.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. I appreciate the work that you're doing and have done, and all of the team there at HALO who love the kids into a new way of life. And I'm so appreciative of that because I was one of those kids who needed that kind of love and support. And I believe that what you're supposed to do in your life is to take whatever was the pain you had, the suffering that you had, and use that as a basis for creating powerful experiences for other people. So serving young people who have a desire to do better in their life but don't have the means to do it has been a part of my life's work also. It's why when I first heard your story, when you were being honored at some hoop-de-doo la-di-da thing in LA, of all the people who spoke that day, you're the only one that I called up afterwards to hear more about your story. So I'm really proud to be here tonight to support you. I've made significant donations in the past, and I'm really excited about other people coming on board, seeing the great work that is done by HALO and lending us their support.
Thank you, Oprah. I'm so excited for tonight, but I'm most excited about the surprise we're going to have later on in the show. But one story that we are going to tell is that of Marjai. And I have sent you her poetry in the past, and you know about her story. It's one that is so inspirational because she was a kid. When we met her, she was 9 years old and she was living at a homeless shelter. And she was a feisty, angry little girl, and she should have been. And she's grown so much since then. So we're going to show her story tonight and show what the difference one person can make is in someone else's life. Let's take a look.
Fantastic.
When I say poetry, what comes to mind? Metaphors, similes. They use a lot of alliteration, onomatopoeias. That was was very weak, but you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Okay. Poetry really is, it's a tool when you think about it. It saved my life. My name is Marjai. I'm 20 years old. I go to Mizzou. I'm from Kansas City, born and raised. My childhood wasn't the easiest. I've been in and out of homeless shelters. My father physically and verbally abused me. And I only share these things with you because they make me the woman that I am today and they make me stronger. And I can say that in confidence now. Younger me was so strong. So strong, and yeah, she was strong because she had to be, but she didn't really need to be. HALO was definitely the first step in me being more open to love. This has been ground zero for that. This was the first safe space for me to really just be me. And I'm so grateful that I got to experience at a young age. They caught me at just the right time.
I love everything about Marjai, but I think what makes her special is she has every reason in the world to be bitter or angry. And I just am blown away by her courage and how she has taken all of the terrible things that have happened to her and turned them into this art form that she's not afraid to share. And it really resonates with people. She is a hero, just so courageous, my hero.
Albany has come through in moments where I've asked everybody in my life to be there and they weren't. And it was small things, but I still needed somebody there. She was there with me. When nobody else was, she came through. And I know several HALO volunteers who would do that just because they're good people and they genuinely care. Albany has traveled with me all over this country. Rebecca has taken me places that I've never seen. She's breathed life back into me when I didn't have it. Got me re-inspired when I couldn't even pick up a pen and write. They've just been there. And without that support, a lot of things wouldn't have happened, honestly and truly. Writing down these things and trying to understand my past and being aware of my present and then manifesting my future, it has made me this vessel to be a voice for the voiceless. Because at one point in time, I didn't think my voice was important. Then at the beginning of every one of my books, I always write what you feel, and then a certain words or adjectives that just motivate me or inspire me to just write, and just a reminder that I'm here for a reason and that I'm important, you know? You know, this is something that I'm really passionate about. Poetry really was my therapy. That's just my healing process. And I think that I put poetry on this pedestal because it has supernatural powers to me. When I was going through my darkest times, all I had was a piece of paper and a pen. It was comforting, and I hope that you all found something comforting in this workshop.
When she is reciting one of her poems, it's this otherworldly moment, and you can see this transformation from painful subject matter to power and healing and strength and resilience.
When I'm on stage, I feel the most beautiful. I feel the most free. I feel like nothing can really stop me. To the woman who fought for me when I didn't have the strength to, before I say thank you, I want to say I'm sorry for always coming to you when something needs to be fixed, because you are more than brick and mortar. You are more than a woman, than bones and blood. You are the creator. And I've watched you half empty spill the rest of yourself into places to make them full again. And even when your wings were bruised and heavy from the weight of other people's problems, you've held me like I wish my mother would have. Lifted my chin up on days when gravity grounded me, and when the world felt like the entire solar system on my back. You, woman, worthy, stuck your fingers through the holes in the ozone layer, caught the clouds and lifted the natural nuisance. And you reminded me that I am the sun, and that there would be no light without the darkness, that some hues hurt more than others, that some of the best masterpieces are accidents, that pain is a reminder that you're still a person, still pulsing.
Marjai, we are so grateful that you shared your story with us tonight, and it's been so powerful to watch you grow up in front of our eyes, but also to just see your story shared in such a special way. What does it feel like for you to be a voice for the voiceless?
It feels amazing, actually, because it's me acknowledging my roots and all the bad and ugly and very harmful things that I've been through. It's me taking all of that, and it's me being able to relate to other people. You know, I've become very empathetic. I've become this vessel that can just resonate with other people. And I think that without me going through some of the things that I went through, I wouldn't have been able to relate to so many people or get my message across.
That makes sense. So I know that you think that I'm going to continue interviewing you, but I have something for you. I want you to come and sit on this chair right here. Just a little surprise. So there's someone else who heard your story and wanted to interview you, and I think she's a little bit better at interviewing people than I am. So I want you to just take a look into that screen right there.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Marjai.
Hi. Hello. Can you
How
hear
are
me?
you? Of course I can hear you. I can hear you. Marjai, I'm so glad to meet you.
I'm glad to be in your presence virtually.
Thank you so much. I first heard about you from the great Rebecca, and she sent me some of your poetry, and I said, "Who is this girl?" Which, may I say, is exactly the same thing that Maya Angelou said to me when I first met her. And I had promised Maya Angelou that if she would just give me 5 minutes of her time, this is the very first time I met her, I would, and let me interview her. And I did 4 minutes and 59 seconds. And Marjai, when I finished, she turned to me and she said, "Who are you, girl?"
Oh.
So when I read your poetry, I felt the same thing. I said, "Who is this girl?" I think it's just so beautiful that you use poetry as a way of expressing what you've been through and being able to help other people to relate to what they're going through. Was there a poem you read that sparked something within you when you were younger?
I mean, I've always been surrounded around the arts. I mean, rap music, Langston Hughes, Maya Angelou. We learned about them in school. But honestly, I always wanted to be a writer. I was writing novels at a young age. But it was really me going on YouTube and finding slam poetry, this whole underrated world. And I was like, you know what? I think I can do that too. I think that this is my medium where I think I can be most impactful. And I fell in love with it. And I found out I was good at it. So I ran with it. And here I am today talking to you.
Here you are today talking to me virtually. Poetry is actually one of my favorite forms of creative artistry, and we've seen the power of poetry to heal and to transform. Mm-hmm. Do you see it as a form of therapy and also self-expression?
Yes, I feel like it's the most beneficial, at least to me. The fact that you can turn something as simple as I'm happy into something that's very, jazzy and soulful. I find, happiness and joy in that. I think that there's nothing like it on this world. And I think that when you tell somebody that you're a poet, their ears instantly stand up. And I like that. It's very commanding, and yeah. Yeah, it's something that I just want to take with me forever.
I heard you say in that beautiful tape piece that HALO caught you at just the right time. And I have learned this for sure for myself, that it only takes one person to change the course of someone else's life. What has it meant to you to have someone in your life like Albany, that you could rely on and who was just there for you when other people were not there for you, as you said in that beautiful piece?
Yeah, it's pertinent. It's important to have at least one person, if not yourself, in your corner. To have that solid foundation, that's what you need in life. You can't really do anything by yourself. So having that one person like Albany in my corner that I can call on when I'm sad, that, if I need somebody to drive me someplace, that they'll take me. It's the small things that really amount to bigger things happening. And I'm so happy that I got to experience those things here, because it's not just one person. I have multiple people now in my corner. And then now I can take all the skills and me watching them for years and years, and I can give it back to my community.
Absolutely. And, which reminds me what you were just saying, nobody makes it out here. Maya Angelou has a poem called Alone, Alone, No One Ever Makes It Out Here Alone. You're a student at University of Missouri. Y'all call it Mizzou. And so how are things going for you, especially during COVID?
It's very interesting. The college experience has definitely changed, but it's made me become more innovative and smart on how to, make a name for myself and to, still be able to write, because I'm pursuing a degree in journalism. So, it's different.
Fantastic.
Yes, fantastic. So, I'm even trying to impact more people by choosing that degree and that path in life. So while it's different, I'm having an amazing time, and I wouldn't trade this time or experience for anything else, because I'm learning about the world and more about myself too. So,
it's so interesting. There's this old spiritual that says, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. And what I've come to know at this seasoned time of my life is that every single thing that happened to you also, in a way, happened for you, because it strengthens you and fortifies you. And as you expressed in that beautiful tape piece, it becomes your story, and your story to proclaim in a way that nobody else can. So can you look back now on all the things that have happened to you that were so devastating at the time, and now use pieces of that world, that life, to not only fortify you, but to allow your expression to be stronger?
Definitely, because it started out there. My journey started out with me trying to understand and to heal from my past. And in that, and me performing my first poem about something that happened to me, I found this unconditional love and this community and this warmth, and I found this strength. You know, I'm a warrior when I'm on stage, and then now I'm a warrior in the streets. You know, I'm a warrior in the classroom. I'm a warrior to my family and friends. So, you know, like I said, these ugly things, they morph into something that's beautiful. And I feel like my story and my journey, it was rocky, but now it's smooth and beautiful because I get to reflect and kind of understand where I've come from. So it's made me into the woman that I am today. And I feel like now that I can take those tools and how I healed and I can give them to other people. That's the least that I can do.
And when I see you in a room filled with other young people, offering them the same thing that you have been given, what does that feel like?
I mean, I feel like there's no words to really describe it, actually. It's kind of an out-of-body experience, to be honest, because I used to be those kids. You know, I used to be the one attending the workshops and those things. So now that I, you know, hold that power, and now that I, you know, get to pour myself into them too, it's a feeling that I honestly cannot describe.
Well, you are such a bright light. You are just everything that I knew you would be, because when you read your words, you know that that comes from such a deep, powerful, and soulful space. So I am wishing for you all the greatest things in life going forward. I thank you so much for speaking with me and for bringing your light and your poetry to our world. I know HALO is making such a positive impact on your life and so many others, and you're a shining example of what is possible for everybody attending tonight. And for those who have supported HALO, I thank you all as well. And I know the importance of giving back, especially to your own community. And I encourage everyone tonight to find a way that allows you to serve in whatever way you are able to do. We all cannot do the poetry, but we can offer the gifts that we were born to give. So thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your event. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that a wrap?